Every now and again, I have a desire to share a thought that I don't hear being shared. The thought's quite simple, and it deals with censorship. The thought is essentially that your spirit can never, let me repeat that, never be censored. They may censor you online. They may censor you in public. They may censor you in your private house. They may do all sorts of Orwellian movements towards total censorship. But they will never be able to censor your spirit if your spirit is still willing. So the idea here is that no matter if it's a conservative or a liberal that gets censored, you have the power to express yourself. That's a fundamental right, not from my book of rights, not from a government's book of rights, but from the very fabric of reality. These are the metaphysical laws that I've talked about in earlier videos. One of those laws is the law of self-expression. It simply states that everything is and expresses what it is. So a rock expresses being a rock. A blade of grass expresses being a blade of grass. A lion expresses being a lion. A human expresses being a human. We can trick ourselves into expressing inauthentically, non-genuinely. However, that's going to leave us shallow, and that's going to leave us without a sense of total fulfillment. A tree is fulfilled by expressing itself. A human is fulfilled by expressing itself. So though they may attempt, and they, meaning anybody on the right or the left or in between, may attempt to censor you, but realize that your spirit, your true essence, can never be censored. It can never be destroyed, it can never be touched, it can never be harmed. This is the value of meditation. If you meditate or just experience the still mind, you begin to develop an awareness of yourself beyond your thinking, logical, and even emotional self. You begin to go peel back the layers, so to speak, and find out who you really are. And once you find out who you are, nobody can censor that. It's always going to be within you. What tends to happen in this day and age is that most people are unaware of who they are. So, as I think the most important message here is that your self-expression, your authentic self-expression, can never be destroyed, and it can never be stifled completely. Oh, they'll try. They will try. Don't get me wrong. We're in for a roller coaster of ups and downs. But if you can reach within and find that core center, the part of you that is indestructible, that the Bhagavad Gita calls the real self, that the Tao Te Ching calls the imperishable, and that the Christians call heaven. If you can find that heaven within, no man shall ever be able to censor you. And I mean man, of course, as humanity. Or aliens, or who knows, T-Rex. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Regardless of outside influences, your spirit is radiating like a sun. The problem is, most of the time, we're not connected to that energy field, and so therefore are not sharing our light. We are not enlightened. But if we put our time, attention, and energies into that, that's what we can bring. And so this is just a humble message to remind you that as the world gets crazier and wackier, that those are just smoke and mirrors. That there's very little substance in this activity. And that the true substance is within yourself. And humanity and all of life in existence will be highly benefited by you allowing that inner energy to shine forth.